Morning, everybody. It's the 27th of August. We're Signal Centre Talking Bull. I'm Joe Neighbour and I'm joined by Steve O'Hare. Good morning,
Morning,
Steve.
mate. Morning.
You all
Um,
right?
yeah, I've just got pants on because I overslept this morning and had to sort of run downstairs and dive straight in. But I did feel a little bit like the Matrix, like Neo out of the Matrix. I was in sort of like full hardcore technical analysis porn. I was.
Oh, fantastic.
That's the best way to describe it.
Well,
Everything seemed to work well, and all everything seemed to make sense. But let's see what the end of day results bring. Hopefully, I've put some good trade ideas out there today.
maybe this can be a new routine for you if it
Yeah,
works today.
I don't know if the old ticker will take it. I was stressing out a little bit, trying to get everything done before talking ball. But yeah, it's we managed to get there. Obviously, we're missing Ian this week, so it's all a little bit more. Um, there's a lot more to do, but
Yeah.
we'll
Well,
see.
would
We'll
you
see.
believe it, Steve? Today is actually our 200th episode of Talking
Woo!
Bull.
200.
Yeah, crazy, eh?
It is. It's like, I feel like a cricketer after he's hit his double century.
Raise your bat.
Yeah,
Take your head.
maybe. I don't know if we've all been here for 200. We've sort of like we've missed a couple. I've missed a couple. I've probably missed a few more than the rest of you. You've been here for most of them, I think.
Yeah, I think 190 out of 200.
Who's been your best partner?
Uh, who've got the best partnerships with? I'd have to go through and work
Yeah,
out.
yeah. We should. Obviously, Ian's going to be going through all the sort of like the numbers now, saying, "Oh no, 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 I was the best partner." Morning, Ian.
Yeah, morning. Reckon he's watching? Surely not. He's
No,
got much better things to do.
I'd like to think he does, but you know what he's like. He sort of can't leave it alone.
No, he's been trading like a madman from his tent, I reckon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anyway,
Um, I'm picturing what else is going on in his tent, but I don't want to.
no, he's got the kids with him, hasn't he?
Yeah, maybe. Yes, no markets.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, silver's really sort of like gold, I suppose, did the same, didn't it?
it did. Yeah, had a really nice move just after it stopped me out, obviously.
Of
But
course. Yeah.
I do notice that with gold, it does tend to have those sort of overshoots before it then sort of fakes you out and then goes in the direction that you thought it was going to go in.
Yeah. I don't know if it's market manipulation or just,
They
everyone
just
doing
know
the
I'm
same
there, don't
thing.
they? They just
Yeah.
know I'm there. So this was the triangle pattern that we've been banging on about for the last few days. Still very much stuck in there, but yesterday you could have argued that it broke out of that. That's how I had it
Yeah.
drawn on the chart yesterday. So we had this flush below that swing low from the 21st, uh, taken out a few stop losses, including mine, and then just rallied
Oh,
pretty nicely up to these highs up here, so 1955, at which point it stalled. Bit of a correction today, but looks like it could be on the march higher again. So I guess that's down, obviously, clearly to dollar weakness. Is that because the markets are expecting Jerome Powell to come up with more stimulus measures at Jackson Hole when he starts his conference today?
mm,
Obviously, more stimulus would mean further weakening or devaluing of the US dollar, at which
yeah.
point, gold clearly is a beneficiary of that. So maybe that's what we're seeing from there. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely had a sense of, in my rush this morning, it just like everything seemed to be well placed for a dollar continuation, a dollar weakness continuation. Obviously, they were looking at the dollar index. Every time we look at it, it's 93.13. It's not now, it's below it. So, yeah, I think there's not much in the way of support if it breaks below 92.80, you know, all the way down. So,
I mean,
silver,
I've just got on the chart here. Sorry, the daily chart of gold. Obviously, I've been focusing on this intraday one, but nice uptrend. Clearly, the medium term bias remains bullish there. If it breaks through, this triangle, obviously, and this is how it look on the daily chart, then you would just think that's probably a pennant or a flag before a continuation higher.
yeah.
Certainly back to those highs that we saw at the beginning of August, and then you'd think, beyond that, really.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the main formations that we look at as technical analysis are triangle formations and things like that, and they seem to be very effective. It's where you get the move out of a range into another range, consolidation, and then either a break higher or break lower, and it's just trying to interpret them as we go along. I've been looking at silver while you've been trying to sell in that triangle formation in gold. I've continued to look to buy dips in silver. It worked quite well back in mid-August, but we've just fallen short. Hasn't quite got to the $26 level, which is a bit frustrating. 1, 2, 3 times we've sort of like got close, and now we've broken higher, and obviously we're retesting this downward trending resistance. Well, it's broken at the moment, but then I would really focus on this horizontal resistance level. You can see the false breakouts back here, or the resistance holding back here, 27.50 to 55. Or yeah, 27.50 to 55. I'm remain bullish medium term, and today we got some sort of like decent technical levels down around the $27 area. So I'm looking to buy dips, and the main target is here. And if we get a big one-way move in the dollar lower, this will have no problem moving up to the 28.40 area.
I mean, I
The
switched
other,
my view on
yeah,
gold as well on the intraday basis. Just quickly flash that up. So I did have the triangle, and I was looking to play within that range. But today, based on the move that we saw yesterday, I flipped to a more bullish view, expecting that we would actually see a break of this triangle at some point. So intraday, looking for a dip down to 1919 to get long.
yeah, that would be nice. The other index I was looking at obviously is Footsie. I read a bearish comment about it this morning, saying under pressure because of the dollar, which it will be under pressure because of dollar weakness. So this is a high risk trade. We've got this inverse head and shoulders. This is on the hourly chart, so it's quite a short-term chart. We need to break this neckline. So the neckline can be placed, you could look at a couple of places, 60, 66, or the actual, where I've drawn the neckline in, takes into consideration 3 points, so it's a little bit lower. But I'm going to buy a break of 60, 70. So a lot of the times you get a little spike through the resistance and it fails. So I'm giving it a little bit of room. So get a break of 60, 70. I'll look at the target and move back there. And that would indicate maybe the dollar sort of like remains unchanged, if not slightly stronger. So because it obviously is impacted the Footsie.
Yeah.
All the other indexes, I mean, you can't stand in front of them yet again. Nasdaq, what is going on with that? Please tell me what
Yeah,
is
fresh
going on.
all-time highs yesterday, so nothing
So
stopping that
yeah,
at the minute, is there?
same in S&P. It's just you're trying to buy these dips. The dips aren't happening. It's just extending, extending, extending. Um, there will come a point when we'll have a reversal, but then the reversal over the bigger picture won't look too bad, no matter how bad it is,
Yeah,
sort of. But yeah, you're seeing these like on the daily chart. You're seeing these sort of like the ranges are going lower, so that's volatility going lower. Um, but yeah, they sort of like seem to be ending wedge formations. Is sort of not pretty. Let's get a momentum indicator on there. I like the MACD. It's easy. Let's get rid of this one. And you can see we're moving higher, but momentum is not. So that indicates bearish divergence. But it can carry on for a while. Momentum can stay sort of like low in
I
these
mean,
small
arguably it's
ranges.
been bearish divergence for quite a number of weeks, really,
Well,
because
exactly.
it's never got back up to that high, has it?
No, I mean, you could say from sort of 8th of June onwards with bearish divergence, but we've rallied quite considerably. So, you can't sort of rely on just one indicator. You've got to sort of like look at the bigger picture.
Mm, interesting. Okay, any other news out? I mean,
Um,
just a coronavirus update. It would seem that Italy joined Italy and France joined Spain in ruling out any further nationwide lockdowns despite an increase in coronavirus cases. So I think we're going to see everybody take that kind of view. I don't see there being national lockdowns in the UK.
no, I can't see it.
Uh,
I think you're right. I think it's more regional, and hopefully people take them seriously. But yeah, I think that the world is set for the coronavirus is going to do a lot of damage, but locking down is creating even more concern just for sort of our lives, basically.
Mm.
It may seem a small price to pay locking down, but the impact it has on the social, I mean, you're seeing socially everywhere in the world, sort of like demonstrating, and then sometimes that's leading on to rioting and sort of, you know, horrible conflicts internally.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, just with regards to oil, as we touched upon commodities, obviously we've got this hurricane in force in the US at the moment, Hurricane Laura, which I believe has made landfall in the last few hours or so. We did have oil inventories yesterday as well, but oil is still trapped below this 43.60 level, which is continuing to hold back prices. But obviously, it's factored in that the oil producers and the rigs and all that sort of stuff have halted production in the US on the Gulf Coast while they're waiting to see the hurricane pass. So wait and see what sort of damage that causes. Hopefully not much,
Mm, yeah,
but worth keeping an eye on that.
absolutely.
Anything else?
I'm just scanning sort of like headlines from this morning. I suppose China
Anything on
said
Aussie this morning, because that's looking pretty strong
um,
across most currencies.
ANZ Bank Paul O'Sullivan to succeed Mr. Gonski as chairman. Can't see anything else Aussie related.
Breakout on Aussie yen to
Um,
new highs.
yeah, we had a few figures out last night. Uh, yeah, nothing
Sterling Oz
really.
looking weak. Okay, so let's have a look at the gun to the head stuff yesterday. We had trades on gold, which I touched upon at the outset. A bit, not that I was bitter about it, not much
No, of
anyway.
course not.
Stopped out for a 1 hour loss. And Steve, you had a short on dollar yen, which was a 0.97R win. So just a tiny loss between us yesterday. So not really going anywhere on the overall P&L stakes. Let's hope we can come up with some bangers today for our 200th episode. Have you got
Yeah,
anything lined up?
absolutely. I've got loads that are sort of, that's the thing this morning. I sort of, everything seems to be quite close to market, so I've got to be, I'm a little bit nervous, to be honest. If we don't get this dollar sell off, I could be in a bit of trouble here.
You're
But
going to hedge yourself then?
no, if I want to hedge myself, mate, I'd buy a
Buy
garden.
a garden.
Um, let me see. Euro dollar. Right, I'm going to go euro dollar. I'm going to absolutely go for it. Everything on it, all in on euro dollar. Getting long here at I'm on the intraday trade. I'm looking to buy a break of 118.50. That's been my stance this week, and it's stalled just below 118.50 on 3 occasions, including in the overnight. So I'm going to sod it. Let's go for it. 180, 118.34. I'm going to target a 3-to-1 risk reward. So targeting a move to 119.24, just in front of the swing high. Well, way in front of the swing high actually. 119.24. So could I look for a bit more? Yeah, let's go for 119.54 target. I'm looking for a really nice, and I can move the stop a bit lower, get it above the 118 level. That'll be a little bit of psychological support. 117.94 stop, getting long at 118.34, targeting 119.54. That's me, euro dollar.
Lovely. I'm going to go with you on the euro front as well, and I'm going to buy euro yen. First of all, we're going to take a look at the daily chart, because clearly there's a lovely uptrend in place here, and there has been since May. Trending steadily higher, had a little bit of a consolidation or correction here, burst through that on the 25th, and what we saw yesterday, I think, was a retest of this breakout. So I'm looking to buy. This is the intraday chart that I'm looking at. So this is the level that we broke out from. This is to pull back to test the breakout of this resistance level, which is now turned into support. It's also 50% of this move, this swing move here from the 21st to the 26th. So we're seeing a pullback of 50%. Seem to have found some support. I'm going to buy it now at 120, 125.47, and I'm going to target a move up to 126.30. So that is 3R, 3.1R if that plays out from here. Stop loss at 125.20.
Nice one.
So here we go.
Lovely.
Not much else news-wise from yesterday. Focusing on today, as we touched upon already, we've got Jerome Powell taking the headlines today with the two-day Jackson Hole meetup. We've also got US GDP second quarter estimates and also jobless claims both out at 1:30. The Q2 contraction is to be revised to 32.5% from 32.9%, and initial claims to fall to 980,000 from 1.1 million previous week. So keep an eye on US dollar come 1:30, and then following that we've got US pending home sales at 3 o'clock. So hopefully, in line with our ideas today, we see some dollar weakness. Certainly that's where the trend is anyway.
Does feel like we're all in on dollar weakness, doesn't it?
Well, the trend is your friend, as they say.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's what they say.
Anything else, Steve?
No, I'm all good. Good
Okay.
luck, everyone.
Yeah, have a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Cheers.
See ya.